Hello, everyone. It is almost February, which means that it is Stakeholder Survey time of the year. This video was created as a reference for you to help work through administering the survey to your students. For many of you, you're very familiar with this process as we've done it for many years, and the process isn't changing for this year. If you're new to administering the stakeholder survey to your students, this video will lay out all the steps needed to complete that task. Each year, all the teachers in the district are asked to complete the stakeholder survey with their students. There's two purposes to this. There is the teacher engagement questions where the teacher is able to get feedback on how their students are feeling in the class. And then the other piece of that is the district feedback. So there's also 24 questions embedded in the survey for students to answer about how they feel the district is running things. The purpose of the teacher piece is for your own personal knowledge. This information is not shared with administrators, although often our administrative team will ask you to bring your survey results for your summative at the end of the year as a reflective point. To administer the survey with your students, you're going to be asked to complete one of the two surveys up here, either the stakeholder survey or the engagement survey with your students, sort of depending on your circumstance and your schedule of the day. The stakeholder survey is the larger version of the survey. It has 35 engagement questions in it. Those engagement questions are the questions that are teacher specific. So the students are answering questions about how they feel about you as a teacher and how the class is run. Then it also has 24 district improvement questions. And so because of this, we only want each student completing the stakeholder survey once. And so that survey is going to be administered only during fourth hour. That way we can ensure that, each student only does that piece once. The other option for the survey is the engagement survey. This only has the 35 engagement questions, so that's just the questions about the specific teacher. If for some reason you aren't able to survey your students during fourth hour, you would give the engagement survey during a different hour. Some logistics for administering your survey. This year we're going to be surveying our students during the week of February 24th to the 28th. You are able to administer your survey with your fourth hour class during any of those days. We'll have the survey open. We ask that you administer the survey with your fourth period class. If you're doing fourth period, the survey that you'll give your students is the stakeholder survey, the one with both the teacher and the district questions embedded. If you do not have a fourth hour class, then we ask that you use second hour as your alternative period, and in this case you would give the engagement survey instead of the stakeholder survey. Okay, so we're going to take just a minute to walk through how to actually administer your survey with your students. Just as a note, these instructions are also provided to you on paper attached to the front of your SAR form, which you'll complete at the end of your survey. So to access your survey, the first thing you'll do, if you're on your desktop, there is a green icon with an arrow in the middle that says Student Survey. If you click on that icon, it's going to bring you to the platform, which is web-based. So this is what will pop up for you. To sign in, you'll just use your same credentials you use to log into your computer. So we're going to use one of you. To log in. Once you log in, you will see your survey dashboard, and this is where you can see you have both options. You have the stakeholder survey or the engagement survey. If you're administering this during fourth period, you'll do the stakeholder survey, and if for some reason the fourth period doesn't work in your schedule, you'll administer the engagement survey. What you need to do then is you need to start your survey. Your students cannot access your survey unless it is started. So first thing you do is you're logging in, and then let's say I'm going to give the stakeholder survey. There's this little button that looks like a play button. You will hit play. Are you sure you want to start this survey? Yes. Now your survey is started. The next step would be for your students then to log in the same way. They can use their Chromebooks, they can use a desktop, but they'll log into the survey, although they will not have that green icon because they don't have a desktop in the same way. So students can access the survey under their bookmarks. So if they open up Chrome, up here in the left corner, they'll see the bookmarks and student stakeholder survey. So the student, when they log in, they'll see that same login page, and they will log in with their credentials then. When they log in with their credentials, their computer login credentials, they will be asked to choose a teacher. So there'll be a drop-down menu. If you have started your survey, your name will show up for your students in that drop-down menu. If you forgot to start your survey, your name will not show up. And you'll need to go in and start your survey and then have them refresh, and then your name will show up. So they'll choose you as their teacher, and then they'll just start clicking through the questions. The survey takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15 if your students are a little bit slower, just for planning purposes. When you're finished with your survey, you do need to then, on your dashboard, come over here to this button that says Stop and stop your survey. Once you hit that stop button, you cannot restart your survey, although one of the test administrators could start it for you if you stopped it by accident. Then you would contact Miss Ballard or Miss Bankston, and we can go into the survey and start it back up for you. If you feel like you need to you might need to have a couple more students pop in and do it that day later on. You can pause your survey. Are you sure you want to pause? Yes, I would like to pause. And then you are able to restart that if you need. But if you hit the stop button, you will not be able to restart unless you ask one of the test administrators to do it for you. So keep that in mind. When you're finished then, you've stopped your survey. You can access your results over here on the left using this icon that looks a little bit like a graph, and your results will be available to you fairly immediately. So the finishing steps, you've stopped your survey. We can access our results using this icon I had just mentioned. And then your last thing, and this is really, really important, this is the piece that the district uses to track all of us, is that you need to turn in your SAR form, Student Administrative Report, and that can be returned to Ellie Bankston. You will each have one of these placed in your box prior to administering the survey. Your SAR form is going to look like this, Survey Administration Report. Oops. Should be 2020-2021. So you'll have your information already completed on the top, and we will go through and highlight which survey you should be giving, the engagement or the stakeholder survey. If for some reason there's an error on this, let us know and we can remark it. And then you just simply will fill out how many students took the survey. Is there any reason why some of them were not able to do it? And then you sign the bottom. Very simple, but very important. These all need to be turned in before or by the end of that week on February 28th. If you have any questions about any of this, you can contact Miss Ballard or Miss Bankston, and here are our extensions. Also, if you feel like this is the first time you're running through this and you would like some help, please feel free to email either of us, and we can definitely schedule to be in your classroom with you while you administer to help, if any issues come up, or we can even administer it for you if you'd like. If you would feel more comfortable with us kind of taking the reins and administering it with your students, just shoot us an email and we'll get you on the calendar. Thank you for your time, and let us know if you have any questions.